Well, it was a really interesting challenge because unlike, a lot of documentary scoring, the main moments of music are very much the music is front and center. It's almost, a character in the film. And I was so excited by that concept and the fact that the music was providing William, as you said, like these moments of reflection. Honestly, it was intimidating, but I was so excited by the challenge. But I think one reason why I asked that question when we were talking about it is because, you know, like at a first cursory glance before you really get to know the film, it's like, oh, these are montage sequences of San Francisco, um, with voiceover. And, there's not like, I really wanted to understand, to like dig in and understand what the point of each of these montages is. And we ended up giving them names. I don't know if you remember, but it's like, remember we started comparing them to relationships?
Yeah, it was like, okay, this is a romantic comedy about everybody's relationship with San Francisco. And so
Exactly.
this is like, okay, like everything's beautiful, we've just met. And then this is like, okay, like the moment are we gonna break up? And then this is like, okay, we love each other, we're gonna come back together.
It's like that moment where like you start seeing red flags and you're trying to figure out if you want to stay or not.
Wow.
So
Wow.
and that was, I mean, I feel like as a composer with every director you work with, you develop this unique vocabulary for that film, but also just for the directors. And so the biggest challenge at the beginning was figuring out that vocabulary, figuring out the story of the music, because it is in a very, you're kind of taken out of these verite moments, with the characters, and you're just in this kind of wider shot, like quite literally after being very close in. And so it was I just really needed to be grounded in what the goal was, for those different things. And the temp music, like Kevin, I'm also annoyed because I can never remember what it's from, probably because it was so intimidating. Like this was like classic Hollywood. I think, like Italian composers, like it's just so rich, big jazz chords, just, and so I was like, okay, right, here we go. I gotta try and like, this is what they've had in their ears. And you have to understand, Kevin, Kayan, and Todd were working on this project for 6 years. So, there's a lot of time with this. And then I'm like scooting into the end here and trying to find music that inside me that makes sense for this. But yeah, I was really fascinated by the challenge and really honored that I got to do music that was so front and center in the documentary.